What's going on, guys? I'm MarsBuilt and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock farm tutorial video. In this video today I'm going to be showing you how to make my brand new bamboo farm design, which is going to be very useful for getting all of those 1.20 bamboo blocks. This farm is very easy and simple to build. It's very reliable and very cheap as well, so if you wanted to make this inside of the early game, it would not be a problem. You don't even have to visit the nether if you don't want to, as long as you don't mind it not auto harvesting. However, if you do want it to automatically harvest, it is going to require a few observers, which are not a big deal. This entire farm only needs 10 observers, so you can add those, or you might even be able to get by with less. But the biggest perk of this farm is that it is completely tileable, so this section here is going to be the actual farm itself, and then everything after this is going to be slave modules, to where it's basically just listening to this one trigger. Which means that you can basically have this one on here and then have a bunch of other modules on it going as far as you would like, as long as you don't go out of simulation distance. So once the bamboo grows up high enough, it's going to grow in front of one of these observers here, which are going to trigger the harvesting mechanism and allow the farm to automatically harvest. If you wanted some bamboo before the farm was ready to harvest, you can hit the manual harvest button, and that's just going to tell the farm to run the manual harvest cycle. Now you might notice that this is not a lossless design, however it does produce so much bamboo that it's probably not an issue. If it is, you could always manually collect all of this floating bamboo, however it is a trade-off for having such a simple, easy, and reliable farm. All of your bamboo is going to collect down inside of all of these chests here. You can run them all together, however bamboo does produce a ton of items, so I would recommend having a ton of storage for this. If you want to download and try this farm out before you commit to building it, then you can hit the link down inside the description, which is going to let you download a behavior pack. That behavior pack is going to allow you to import a structure file into your world, and that structure file will allow you to place this farm anywhere that you want inside of your world. That way you can test it out. I know that it sounds a little on the complicated side, however there's a tutorial down there as well showing how to do this. It's very simple and easy to do, and a whole lot better than world downloads. This farm is also pretty much a one chunk build, so it's 15 blocks wide by 16 blocks deep. However, on the back side of it, it does overhang the chunk by 1, so it's technically 15 wide by 17 deep. However, if it's that big of a deal and you really need it to fit in a single chunk, then you can just make it 15 blocks wide by 16 blocks deep and cut off the back row of pistons here. If you don't want this farm as tall as it is, then you can cut this off and basically move these observers down. The further down you move them, it's going to cause the farm to cycle more often and produce less for every harvest. If you don't have all of this glass, then you can substitute it for another block, or you can just dig a 16 by 17 hole and put it down inside of the ground. Enough jibber jabber, let's jump into building this thing. Everything that you're going to need is going to be down inside the description below. And while you're down there, hit that like button, it really helps out the channel. Thanks. As per typical with any of my redstone contraptions, I would highly recommend chunk aligning this, at least this section on the left hand side, because that's going to be the master module. Everything else can cross chunk borders going in this direction, being tiled. If you're unsure how to chunk align, then click the link in the top right, or you can download Foxynotail Markers pack, which works great. The link's down in the description. In order to start building this, you're going to go to the very front left corner of the chunk, which will be this one here, and you're going to place a piston facing straight up, followed by a double chest to the right hand side of it. On the left hand side of this chest, you are going to place a hopper in the back, and you're going to extend this towards the back by 15 blocks total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Then you are going to grab you some mud blocks. And we're going to place 15 mud blocks on the top here. Bring this all the way across, just like so. Then if we go around to the front again, we can go directly behind that piston, place down a solid block here, a piece of redstone dust on it, and then a block of redstone on top of that piston. It should push up just like that. On the back side of that redstone block, we're going to place down 3 pieces of glass, and then we're going to grab us some sea lanterns. Then we're going to place down a sea lantern here. We're going to place down 3 pieces of glass, a sea lantern here, 3 more pieces of glass, a sea lantern here, 3 more pieces of glass going all the way to the end. Then we can place down a temporary block here, a piece of glass here. Go ahead and break that temporary block. Now on top of the glass here, we're going to take 15 pistons and place them all down just like this. And we're going to place redstone dust on top of all 15 of those pistons. Then we can go back over here to the front. Then we can place down 2 pieces of glass here and here with another block of redstone on top. We're going to place down 2 temporary blocks here. Break the lower one and place a regular piston facing straight down, just like that. And then we can remove that temporary block on top. Then on top of this, we're going to place down 6 pieces of glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 temporary blocks. Remove this bottom one and place another piston facing straight down. Remove that temporary block. So this is what you should have so far. Directly above the redstone, you're going to take some more glass or some solid blocks, whichever you prefer, and you're going to build this all the way up until you are 1 block underneath the piston up top. So it should look just like that. At this point, you're going to grab your solid blocks and you're going to place down a solid block here, skip 2, another solid block, skip 2 more, another solid, skip 2, another solid, skip 2 more, and another solid. Then you're going to take your observers and place an observer here, 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 and here. Then you're going to face an observer into that observer, there, 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 and there. And then from this block here, all the way to the front, you are going to line with redstone. On this solid block here, you can remove this piece of redstone, place down a repeater here on a 4-tick delay. And that's pretty much your master circuit complete. Now if you wanted just a single road farm, all you would have to do is fill this in with glass all the way around and plant you some bamboo here. But as you can see, if we take a test block and put here, you can see that that goes down and triggers the entire farm. So let's go ahead and remove that. And then we can place down some glass here. Now on this one, we're going to be tiling it. So we're going to place 2 down there. And then we're going to be facing a repeater facing towards the right on a 4-tick delay. We can fill this all the way in with glass. And then on the back side, we can fill this in with glass too. And then we can go back to the front. And since we're going to be tiling this, we're going to start making the slave section of this now. So this is going to be the part that you're going to tile over and over again. So in order to start this, we're just going to place down some more chests. And you can put however many chests you want for however many rows you want. Every chest is going to be another row. For this instance, I'm only going to be building 1 more row so we can jump on the other side of here, grab some more hoppers, and you're always going to put it into the back right hand side of the hopper. And you're going to extend this out 15 like you did before. You're going to grab you some more mud like you did before, 15 blocks right over top of the hoppers. Just like before, you're going to repeat the glass here, so 3 glass, and then we're going to do a sea lantern, 3 more, sea lantern, 3 more, sea lantern, 3 more. On top of here, we're going to do 15 pistons going all the way across facing this direction. And then we're going to place down more redstone dust. More glass going all the way across the top here. Bring this all the way up to the top. Then grab you a solid block and place a solid block on the corner of that redstone dust there. A temporary block down here with a piece of glass here. Remove that temporary block. A piece of glass directly below it. Now if you're going to tile this again, then you're going to want another repeater here. Put that on a 4-tick delay. Then we can grab some more glass and fill this entire thing with glass. So temporary there, put a piece of glass block here. Bring this all the way across. Temporary, 1 in the back. Remove temporary. And then we're going to build this up again. Now because I'm building the end of the farm, I'm not going to be putting any more pistons because there's not going to be anything to the right hand side of it. However, if you're going to tile this again, then you're going to want to repeat everything that I just showed you all the way until you get to the very end. Once you're at the very end, you're going to do what I'm doing now and just cap it with glass. On top of this repeater, you're going to want to place a temporary block, a piece of glass there, and then bring this all the way up as well. Now you could continue bringing this up if you would like until it's as high as this one, or you can just cap it off here. Just make sure that you're not putting any blocks in front of the observers. So for this example, we'll just cap it off here. Now all that's left to do is just to plant some bamboo so we can get rid of those. We can grab us some bamboo, which we'll grab out of this farm here. We can go inside of the farm and plant us some bamboo. And that's it. If you ever need more bamboo and you want to extend it, just keep on tiling it down the line. Or you can just have a simple, easy to build module like this one. Let's try it out. Let's bring the random tick speed up to 500. And once it gets all the way up to the top there, you can see it is going to harvest it. And then it's going to continue growing. This is pretty much fast forwarding what you're going to have inside of your real world. But as you can see, every time this thing harvests, it just puts out a ton of bamboo, which is then going to be pushed inside of these chests. That way you can build all of those amazing 1.20 bamboo blocks. And if you want this to manually harvest, you'll want to place down a solid block here and place a button on it. I sure hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked it, please drop a like before you go. If you like farms like these and you want to see more, consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.